Apples. Thanks so much for stopping by Apples Art Studio, the polymer clay tutorial channel. On my channel, I'm trying to show you everything I know about polymer clay and how to use it. So let's go and watch and see what I have in store for you today. Okay, so in the last couple of videos we've been stringing our leftover beads and everything that we haven't got to finish. In the last couple of videos we've been talking about finishing what we started, and this is that peacock necklace that has the bead that I actually ended up putting on vertical instead of horizontal. But I didn't finish the clasp. I made the beads all the way out to the end of the necklace, but I need to put a clasp on it. So as you can see, we've got all different kinds of clasps. On a necklace, my favorite is actually the toggle clasp, and it has, we'll probably use this one for the crown because it's a crown on the end, and you know, this is the proud peacock necklace. Let me come in a little bit closer. There we go. And with a toggle you have a circle, and then you have a straight piece of some kind, and this circle has a little hoop right here on the end. Jump ring goes through that. The straight part has a little hoop, jump ring goes through that. So all you have to do is put the straight part through the circle and it will hold. So I think this is the one that I'll put on this necklace. And as you can see, the toggles come in all different sizes and styles and designs, and some of them are super simple because some things you want something really simple on, and then some things you want more elaborate depending on the style of your necklace you're putting it on. Okay, to hook your toggle on, you take a jump ring, you open it up, and I had placed a jump ring on the last tube already of this necklace, so I have two on there. And I'm going to hook one side of my toggle on, a jump ring back together. Here's that side. So sometimes it helps if you plan a little bit ahead of time. Even when you start creating your focal beads and your pieces that you're going to be eventually putting into a necklace or a bracelet or even earrings, and think about it just a little bit. Now I put my jump ring on the end of this jump ring and put my other toggle end on that. I'm going to close it up because with all the different ends that you can put on, it's a little bit helpful to know when you start what you're going to end up with. I mean, you don't have to stick to it, but you know, if you have something, say a toggle that's this simple, it may look better on a simple piece more so, or a delicate piece, more so than a piece like this that has all these big beads and all this metal and stuff on it. Or, I usually don't use these little hooks on the end of things because they're so hard for me to use, but that just seemed to fit on this bracelet that matches that other necklace that I did. So this is another thing, just the hook, and it comes like this, and it has a little tag out on the end that has a hole in it, so you can add a jump ring onto that. And then you add a jump ring onto your loop over here on this side. We also have lobster claw clasps that are a little bit easier for me to use, but not much. And they come in different sizes. And the side has a little lever on it that you pull down, and it opens up this side of your clasp. Same thing with this one, sorta. This is a unique one. This one actually is an S hook, and you take the hoops off and put it on, and then put your hoops back on, and you put your jump rings. Use big enough, chunky enough ones, because this is a chunky ending on your necklace, and you just put them through the circles, and it'll hold that. Here's another version of that one. This is a little bit thinner, more elaborate looking, not as chunky. Something on a really soft, dressier looking necklace. And this side slides right, this side slides right on and off on this side. Then we have magnetics. And the first magnetic ends I bought, this is how they ended up. They're strong enough to hold together, but they're not strong enough to hold on a necklace or a bracelet. I will find a use for them, because as you can see, I have a bunch of them. This is another magnetic clasp. It has the loops on each end to run your jump ring through. This one does work. It's a little bit stronger. I was looking for the little ones so it wouldn't be as bulky on the clasp, but they didn't work correctly, so this one actually works. It's a little bit larger and a little bit stronger. Also, we have ribbon holders. This one has a design on it. That one's a smoother surface. This one has, they have little teeth in them to grab the ribbon, and you slide your ribbon through, and then I use either silicone or rubber tip pliers to smash it, so you need to smash the ribbon in there, but you don't need to mess up the front of it. So you need to have something that doesn't mar it up. This is another similar one. This is a bar. Has its loop on the top to connect to your jump ring. It has a, let's see if you can see it, a slot going down it, and you put your ribbon within that slot and close it up a little bit, and then the ends has little caps, and they bend up so it doesn't slide out either end. To be honest, I've not used this one, but it's something that I probably will try because I like the sleek look of it. The other things that you can use are springs and little cord holders. I don't know what else to call them. But your spring, you just put your cord up in there and push down on that end, and that holds your cord in. With these, let me get the larger one to show you. They both work the same way, and these come in all different sizes. Okay, you've got your hole on the end right here to put your jump ring through. This end is where you put your cord through, and it lays in this trough of a thing. I don't know what else to call it. I normally put a little tiny drop of super glue right here on this metal and put my cord in, and don't put your cord over the top of the flaps because it'll show. And then I'll let the super glue dry a little bit, and the purpose more of that is so the cord doesn't move around while I'm trying to close this. And then you take your pliers and you take them on one side and flatten that down towards the center, and then you do the other side and flatten that down towards the center. I just saw a video the other day that has a crimping tool to do that, and that's one tool that I don't have that I do want to get, and it wasn't that expensive. Okay, let's say that whether you want beads or not, these are end caps. And as you can see, they come in different sizes and even different shapes. Now this one does not have a hole in the end. This one has the loop, and you put your cord up in the tube. I use super glue in there too, and then you put your jump ring on this end. And so far, the ones I've done have held up pretty well. Now these, on the other hand, have a little hole in the end of them. Even this little tiny one, it has a tiny hole. And you can use different size cording with these depending on the space that you have up in that cone. Now for something fancy, here's a filigree one. And these come in different sizes and different designs as well. And I believe that these are the two that I'm going to use on a necklace that is just going to be cords and or ribbon or something, and not the beaded sides going up the necklace like this one is. Let's talk a little bit about what you can hang your pendants from other than, you know, your beaded necklaces that you've made. And they can still be absolutely gorgeous. This is a pre-made necklace. And I have a couple here to show you. They come in different colors. They come in different lengths. They have a lobster claw clasp on them. It has this little chain on the end. So whatever belt you put over top of it either needs to hang from a jump ring like this, and the chain can go through the jump ring, or you can put the jump ring on the cord before you close it, or whatever bell you're going to use, the chain needs to be able to go through it, because the chain's the same size as the end of your piece, so it doesn't matter if you take the chain off or not, it's still the same. Here's some that's a little bit thinner, and these come in all different colors, and they're not that expensive, and you can use them. I mean, I use them all the time. They have the chain on the end, and these have the small lobster claw clasp. Let me get to an end with a lobster claw. And the same thing on all those. I use these all the time, especially if you're just making a simple necklace and you just want something simple to hang it on. Or you don't want to take away from the focal bead pendant with a bunch of other beads. Now these are metal necklaces, and I've purchased those, and they have the lobster claw clasp on them. Now these are the wire necklaces, and they come in all, well, the ones I got came in all different colors. You can get them to where they will, you know, you just have your main metal colors. And I don't know if my hands will do this today, but this is a twist bead that comes apart on the end to where you can string your things onto it. Now another thing that's very, very popular that we all use is chain. And chain's fine. It comes in different metal colors, different thicknesses, and it comes on a roll, or you can buy it in bulk like this. This I bought to go on larger turquoise jewelry type things. It's the larger openings in the chain, and I just thought it would look really good with some Southwest or turquoise jewelry. This chain is a good chain for necklaces, and it's a good size. This chain I don't use much for necklaces at all because it is so thin. I didn't want to give it the opportunity to break. So I use it in doing tassels to hang on to the end of things and different things like that, rather than actually using it to string a necklace or a bracelet. Now, the other things you can use, one that's not so popular a lot of times, is safari ribbon. And I love this stuff. It comes in a bundle. I actually put the whole bundle on a little hanger and hang it up in my closet in my studio. But you just cut pieces and it's sewed together, so you have to watch where it's sewed. And you can string beads on this if your bead holes are large enough. And I just may be putting, and this comes in all different colors. I have all different colors in my closet, and they're all on different little hangers. And some of them aren't as consistent in color as these. Some of them are like tie-dyed looking, and they're fabulous. They're just really nice. And you can use either the ribbon holders that I showed you earlier, or one of these, and I think we're going to use one of these in the next video on how to use all this stuff and how to put your end caps on, because you can make your own end caps in polymer clay. You can make them to match what you've done and just roll up a tube like a megaphone type thing and bake it and then use that at the end. I've done that a lot too. Now, cords. These are different size cords, different kinds, and these are bamboo cords. It's 100% bamboo. This is one of them in colors, and they're really strong. They aren't that thick, but they're really strong because they're actually made out of bamboo, and bamboo's a super strong wood. You also can get them. This has got like a, it's called a thick cotton cord, but it feels like a, almost like a slight leather texture to it. And that's really good to use. Also, you've got leather cords. And I like these. These come in different colors. And you can also get your browns and your blacks and stuff. But I like to use these a lot. Because, well, these are like almost, well, the two ends are almost pastel colors. But I like to use these because they're, you know, that suede leather feel. And they go nice with more, I don't know, casual, elegant, you know, you're a little bit fancier, casual jewelry. They look good with that too. And then you can also get your leather cording on a roll. And I use that, and I don't know which is cheaper. I usually don't buy anything from craft stores unless I have a coupon or it's on sale. So I would say they're about the same price. So these are your different options when it comes to putting things together and not using beads. So you can have your focal bead really shown off by this simple necklace cord. So I hope you have some ideas on your cording and on the ends after you select your cord, how you're going to hook it together. And we'll work on a couple of things in the next video. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Blessings.